Oh, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. We're back at it tonight. I want to take a look at our running backs tonight and just kind of see one who's going to be staying on this team because we talked about it before, but I really think that's changed a little bit. And then I also wanted to take a look because I was reading this article at work and they were talking about how John Gruden wants to start running these two running back sets. And it really got me thinking about the old school Raiders, but Bo and Allen back there together. And I started to get super excited, and I was like, man, if we're really going to pull this off, what running backs would I want to see back there working as a duo together? And so that prompted this video. I'm glad you guys came out for it, but we're going to go ahead and jump into it. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You know I always do appreciate that. But we're not going to waste too much time, man, because I'm really excited about this one. B-Dubs, what's happening, dude? Gruden loves his fullback. Yes, he does completely. Raiders fan, what's up, dude? Hope you're having a good day. I am, dude. I've worked all day, but it's been a good day, so I'll take that. Diego, what's happening? Welcome to the show. On first and second down, Jacobs and Ingold, or Jacobs and Bowden. On third downs, Richard and Jacobs. And on fourth, it's got to be Ingold and Richard, in my opinion. That's pretty fair. I would take that. I finished that video last night, man, and so many people were like, you forgot about Jalen Richard, and I did. I completely spaced him, and that's totally on me. I did forget about him. I got him cut out. We're going to be looking at him tonight. I think he works extremely well in a few of these sets. He's actually part of one of my favorite sets as far as these two running backs go. I just put Edwards and Ruggs out there just because I wanted to get us in a two running back formation. It'll probably end up being Williams to start the season, but I cut these dudes out so I can put them out there. So putting Edwards out there tonight. But we're going to take a hard look at this, man. First, who do you guys think is going to end up making this team? I really think Rod Smith's pretty much gone. I think him and Stanback are fighting for the same job, but there's a chance that Stanback's fighting for his job and Booker's job. It's all going to be on how many running backs we keep. I could see us keeping 4 running backs and Ingold because Ingold counts as one of our backs, and there is no chance in hell that we end up letting him go at all. So we're definitely going to be keeping him around. So I could see us still keeping 4 backs outside of that, especially with the injury concerns that we have had on this team. So let me know what you think about that. What's the next team matchup you're going to break down? I'm thinking about doing the Chargers. I really think that defense is going to be extremely tough this year, like extremely tough, but I think that offense might struggle a little bit. I think that's going to be a really good game for us. I think they're going to be challenging in the AFC West, but I don't think they have a shot at winning it, but they might go out there and surprise some people. And once you see that defense on paper, that thing is nasty, like truly nasty. Pizza, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Anthony, oh, what's happening, dude? Tony, what's going on? Andrew, what's up, man? Your notifications getting hyped. I appreciate that, man. I love you guys coming out for these. Good to catch you. Oh, Raider McLeod, welcome to the show, dude. It's like Duncan McLeod, one of the Highlanders. What food do you make in your restaurant? I own a couple pizza shops, dude. I'm slinging pizzas all day long. Mostly I'm making dough all day long. Been really blessed with it, dude. I'm super happy that I ended up doing what I'm doing. It can get stressful at times, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to jump around, dude. We're going to start messing with these little dudes a little bit. This is our go-to offense. We talked about this last night when I was breaking down that Bucks game out there. Ingold and Jacobs, nothing's really going to change that. You guys were talking about Richard. I see Richard. I mean, he's our third down back, and he is a huge part of third and Renfro. But if we get into these 2-back formations like this, I really think you're going to see a lot more Richard, and I'm extremely happy about that because he knows every blocking assignment out there, and that's the reason Gruden loves him so much. But the dude can catch, and he could run the ball when he has to. We've all seen Richard bust some big plays for us. His playtime got cut into a little bit last season. I can honestly see it being cut into again just because Jacobs is the workhorse of this team. We're not a running back by committee by any means. Jacobs is the guy to go out there and get that yardage for us. But if we get into some of these 2 running back sets, man, I'm telling you, dude, it got me so jacked up. I'm not even going to lie to you. Oh, Chris, what's up, dude? Welcome to the show. Courtney, what's happening, man? Could have Bowden and Richard on 4th, more versatility and a chance to pull off a last-minute trick play to keep the drive going. Dude, you nailed it. That is like that setup right there. I love those 2 together. Gregor, what's happening, dude? Pizza and football, perfect combo. Yes, it is. So, yeah, all right. So we've all seen this before. I'm going to pull Ingold out of this real quick because one of the things that I did want to look at was when we start getting into these other sets to where we're not in that little offset eye or just in a true eye formation and start getting these guys flared out like this. A lot of us were talking about it. Jacobs and Bowden is a big one out there. A lot of people want to see this, especially if you have Ruggs on the field. There's a lot you can move out of this. There is a ton of options as far as just getting people the ball, running the jet sweep out of this, putting one of these guys in motion. It kind of lightens up on the blocking load a little bit, but when you have these playmakers, there is no chance somebody's going to blitz on you, because if they blitz on you in a situation like this, Carr has a fast enough to release to where he will just truly light a team up if they keep coming after us in that situation. So the Jacobs and Bowden thing, I love it, and I guarantee we're going to see a lot of this out there this season. But like Courtney was saying out there, pull Jacobs down. The dude's going to have to get his breaks throughout a game. And put Richard in there. We'll pull him up real quick and spread him out a little bit more. If you get Bowden and Richard in there at the same time, you have a guy that can get in there and make the blocks, then follow the blocking assignments. But now you can start dropping Carr into the shotgun. And if you get him into a shotgun or you get him into a pistol out there, and you have these dual running backs on each side, I like it more in a pistol than I do in a shotgun. But now you're really starting to open up some windows out there, because Richard can stay in and block. Bowden, there's no telling what he's going to do at the start of any play. I mean, the halfback pass is back on the table for us. It's a very real option for us out there. And so I just want to know what you guys think about this, because some of these setups that you can get into, especially when you start talking about Jacobs and Bowden in the backfield together with Ruggs on the outside and Edwards or Williams on the other side, and whether you have your tight end in there, you have Renfrow in there, you're putting so much speed on the field that if you start juking these guys around, you're going to be able to get like those single isolations that I keep talking about that I want to see so much out there. So I don't know, it really works out well for us as far as putting these dudes just in situations to where Carr can start just reading this offense, start reading defenses, get that extra step back, be able to start picking these teams apart. One of the other ones I wanted to look at real quick, it was Booker, dude. And honestly, I see Booker coming in more, not really in these two-back sets. I see him more in the single-back sets when we're going out there trying to spell Jacobs a little bit. And because I really don't see Bowden taking any single running back snaps out there. I mean, it's possible, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. But if you get Booker out there and you put Booker out there and you have Alec Ingold leading for him, that's going to help him out tremendously as far as just getting back his confidence, getting back on the field. I know I talked about him not making this team at all, which is still a real possibility, because I'm telling you, Stanback might be able to go out there and beat him out. There's a very real shot about that. Plus, he's not an oversized back, but he's a bigger back that kind of complements Jacobs a little bit better. He's 6 foot, 231. He was the CFL All-Star last year before we picked him up. So, I mean, I like Stanback. Stanback has some real potential out there. The dude he's a decent pass catcher out there, but he just has so much power. I'm just going to kind of run through a few of these setups just so you guys can see how they're looking out there. But I like Stanback. I like Stanback out there with Jacobs, especially. That kind of reminds me most of like the Bo and Marcus setup out there, just because you have like the guy that can do everything, and then you have your power guy out there. I don't know, man. I know some of you guys aren't going to like this, but I really like this. Some of you guys are pretty big Stanback fans out there. This setup right there honestly looks really cool to me. I really like that. I think Stanback, if he has a chance and he has a legitimate shot to go out there and prove that he can beat out Rod Smith, which I'm sure that he can, there's not a doubt in my mind, and then it's just a matter of beating out Booker. And I could see Stanback end up winning that 4th spot in our running back room and then still keeping Ingold, like I said. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Stanback has a legitimate shot at winning this thing and winning that running back battle in that room to see if he can come out and stay on this team? I've watched some of that dude's tape. Now, granted, it is the CFL out there, but I've watched some of his college tape too. Dude's a workhorse, man. He'll drop his shoulder and go through some people. Where were we at here? Hey, Joku is making the dough, the real dough. Dude, yeah, every single day. Raider Jasmine, what's going on? Mariota and Bowden are the backs, along with Carr. All three can sling it, and the two could run well. Man, I'm telling you, I want to see Bowden whip a pass this season. I don't care who it goes to. Oh, Doc, what's up, dude? I'm glad you made it out. Wait till the Raider Nation sees the stadium, something special. Man, I'm telling you right now, that's on my bucket list. I want to see that stadium before my days are done. Javier, what's going on? What's up, man? Just got back from Vegas. Man, that stadium and the games there are going to be roaring, dude. I cannot wait for that. I'm hoping they let the fans in. But at this point, to be completely honest with you, I'm just pulling for football at this point. Dual running back with Mariota. Damn, dude, I don't have him cut out right now. I accidentally deleted him. That would be cool, though, and I see where you're going with that. I totally do. I like the dual running back and then have Ruggs out there with Edwards, but then drop Waller and put Renfro or somebody, one of our true speed dudes out there. That puts so much speed on the field. I could see that being one of our, not gimmick plays, but being one of the things where we go out there to kind of try to catch teams off guard with that. Richard is a great pass blocker. He is, man. That's the reason that dude has another contract. Gruden loves him, and he trusts him, and Carr trusts him, and that goes a long, long way. A lot of Chris, what's happening, dude? A lot of people seem to be sold on Bowden as our number 2 back, but I'm not buying it yet. Bowden is extremely talented, but all his rushing yards came as a QB, and 3rd and 4th, absolutely, Bowden and Richard. Yeah, a lot of people like that Bowden and Richard, man. That is a really cool looking matchup out there. When you get into these 2 back sets, I really do like that. As far as Bowden being our number 2, I'm kind of right there with you. I just don't see it happening. I don't see him being that workhorse. Your number 2 back is a guy that can go in there and take over when your number 1 back gets hurt. And I don't know if Bowden can do that. I do not think he can carry that workload of just getting cracked and getting 25, 30 carries a game. And you can't really expect him to go up the gut the entire game. Jacobs can do that. Booker, honestly, could do that. Can't do it as good as Jacobs, but he could do it without getting hurt and get you through a couple weeks to get you back on the field. But at the same time, a guy like Stanback could go out there and do that for you and be a little bit more explosive than Booker is. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Man, that's a big play for us. Where were we? Bowden and Jackson at the same. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude. Bowden and Jacobs in the backfield. At speed, it's power. It's really a good chance for us to get out there and just start running some plays that totally catch defenses off guard. And it puts mismatches all over the field out there. That's the one thing I truly love about that. I'm in section 132. Damn, dude, you got some good seats out there. You better be sending me some pictures, dog. I promise you that. You better get me something out there. Do you see any 5 wide? Ian, I talked about this the other night, man. Welcome to the show. The thing with the 5 wide is, especially when you're going against like a 3-4 defense where they're sending a 5-on-5, somebody's coming through untouched. And Carr has a super fast release, so I could see it happening, but I don't see us going deep out of it. I see us just trying to truly spread teams out with it, but I really don't think we'll see too much of it. I would love to see it, but I just, 5 wide is truly not Gruden's system out there. Ferris, what's happening, dude? What about the shotgun with 2 backs? Rod Smith can also play fullback and halfback. He can, and I know you're just jumping in. I had him back in a shotgun earlier. I'll pull him back for this setup too. I like it, dude. I love it in the shotgun, and like I said earlier, I love it more in the pistol. I think the pistol works a little bit better with these 2 running back sets, especially when you have Ruggs on the outside, just because you can still run the jet sweep out of that, kind of catch people off guard. And if you start working a little bit of crazy motion out there, teams trying to keep up, and then all of a sudden you got a jet sweep going to the left and Ruggs has the ball and there's one person out there he has to beat, he's going to shred them every single time. Let's see, Ruggs, Williams, Renfro, Edwards, and Waller. Yeah, 5 is a possibility. It is a possibility out there. I just don't want to see Carr get lit up out there on a 5 wide. Courtney looks cool. Don't know much about Stanback, though. That's the thing. A lot of people don't know. And honestly, I don't know much about him except for just going back and watching a little bit of tape on him. But I've watched Booker. I've seen what he can do. Smith's a big dude. He's 6'3", 236. He's going into his 7th season right now, but he's still only 28, so he probably has a good 2 to 3 years left in him, so I'm not writing him off at all. Stanback's only 25. They're kind of a similar build of just having that change of pace back out there, so I'm sick. Oh, man, that's going to be a good competition. That's going to be one that we have to watch. Raider Rich, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you made it out tonight. Oh, Mark, what's going on, dude? I really don't see Booker and Stanback making this team. You think Smith's going to make it? Because I really think we're going to end up keeping 5 of these. I mean, 5 total, including Ingold. But if we don't, I would agree with that. You'll end up seeing Smith go, you'll see Booker go, and you'll see Stanback go. I'd like to see one of those 3 make it and just kind of keep that extra roster spot, but there's no telling what's going to happen out there. Hope Stanback makes it. We need a semi-truck to bruise the defensive line. That's the thing, dude. And I am right there with you because I'm telling you, if we go out there and he starts dropping his shoulder, especially when you get, like, because we run, I mean, you guys have seen it, those long extended drives. You get to the end of one of those drives and you bring in a fresh bruiser on the goal line, and it's kind of going to suck for Jacobs, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that cares if he's the one. I mean, I'm sure he cares if he gets the touchdown, but if he's been doing the workload and then all of a sudden we get into a goal line, you get into a true three tight end set, and then you put Ingold back there and you have Stanback behind him, there's been very few teams that can stop you from punching that ball into the house. Very, very few teams. Bowden to Mariota deep. Man, I was watching those plays earlier. I didn't realize Mariota caught so many passes throughout his career out there. Like deep balls. I was shocked by that. I'll give you that. Bowden to Mariota. That would be a play that nobody saw coming. Robert, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show. Edwards starting would be nice. I think it would be. I think it's a possibility. Still think Williams has that starting job out there. I'm not taking that job away from him. I was just screwing around building this. I knew we were going to be messing around with the running backs mostly, so I like the way that looks, dude. Edwards and Ruggs on the outside. I think we're a year away from it, but I love the way that looks out there. Definitely want to see Edwards in action to see what his hands and jumping abilities look like in the red zone with Witten out there too. Yes, when we start getting into these big sets, especially down at the goal line, that is where I see Edwards coming in there and just earning his spot on this team and slowly starting to take over that spot and becoming that number one forward car out there. But like I said, man, it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's where you're going to see it. And I cannot wait to see it because I know that dude can get the separation. Jacobs to Waller for a TD. He played RPO quarterback at high school. Go watch his high school film. I'd have to watch that. I have not checked that out. That would be cool. I miss Washington. I still miss Murray. Oh, dude, stumbling. What's going on? I miss Murray more than any person out there. I was pissed, like just straight pissed when we ended up getting rid of him. I really like him. I wish he was still on this team. Washington and Richard were too similar. We had to get something to kind of change the pace back there. Plus, when we got into a situation to where Washington had to be that number 2 back and carry the load, he wasn't able to do it. He played pretty good, but he wasn't able to be that true number 2. It sucks that he went to Kansas City, and I do not want to see that. I do not want to see him play against us. I'm telling you that right now. Working on my Schwinn Stingray, low ride bike, listening to this right now. Oh, nice, dude. Hit me up, dude. If you're on Twitter, dude, hit me up. I would love to check out that bike, dude. I seriously would. I'm looking forward to seeing Foster Moreau. He's got great hands. Touchdown machine. He's been running around a lot out at the park with Carr. I'll definitely send pics if we get to go. Dude, definitely do. I would love to see that. And I am so happy that you told me he's out there running around. I was really questioning if he was still injured or not. But if he's out there practicing, working out with these guys, that is a great sign. Like a truly great sign. No, Numbers, what's happening, man? What's up, brother? Made it to the live show. I'm so happy you did. It's been a minute, dude. I'm glad you're back out. Put Mariota in Jacob's spot for 3 QB trick plays. Man, I should have cut out freaking Mariota for this, but I will. I would like to see that too. Bowden and Jacobs in a 3 tight end formation. That would be, and I think you will see that. And that was actually pretty cool. I was actually running through that in my head for a little bit earlier. Let me pull back over here. Try to see. Got this all messed up over here right now, but it would be. You'd end up pulling Edwards, and you stick Foster right in this spot right here, right out the line. And then you could have Witten bounced out, or you could have Waller bounced out and have them on each side. That would put a lot of power, and then you'd still be able to pass and honestly get some pretty good mismatches out of that, because your linebackers are going to have to start biting towards those tight ends. And then as soon as one of those safety cheats up, you could send like Bowden outside and just send him just on a little wheel route straight up the field. And I guarantee you he's one-on-one with the linebacker trying to catch up, and he is gone at that point. I want to see Ingold get his first career rush TD. It was so painful to watch him be so close versus the Broncos at Week 17. Yes, it was. I think he only had 1 touchdown. It was on that that little flare pass that he caught that he ended up taking to the house. So I'll give you that, and I really think he's going to get it. That dude deserves it. Thoughts on Jamal Adams wanting to get traded? I don't think we will make the trade for him. I do not see us pulling that trade off at all, just for the simple fact that we don't have the money to trade for him and then sign him to the deal that he wants to have. Plus, when a guy goes out there and lists the teams that he wants to play for, and it's all the teams that the playoff caliber Super Bowl teams. I mean, granted, they're all going to say that, but at the same time, it's like if you want to get traded and you want to get paid, then you need to go out there and just be like, I want to get traded. I want to get traded. Like, nothing more. Don't start naming off teams. You're not going to go out there and nail some big contract doing that. So just seeing that honestly kind of pissed me off. So I really don't want to see him. Plus, I know he's good, but I don't like him. Like, I just don't. It is what it is. Where were we? Oh, Real Black Mamba, what's happening, dude? 2 great pass-catching running backs out of the backfield will be scary. I just wish we had a big back for the short yardage gains. And that's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I could see, like, Stanback's making this team. Because if you put Ingold and Stanback in that 2 running back formation back there, and then you have our offensive line, and you put 1 or 2 tight ends out there and run to that side, we're going to move some bodies, and then we will have that big back out there. And I would love to see that stick around and actually happen. And really, that would leave us looking pretty damn strong as far as our running backs go. Diego getting scared, just pulling stuff back. Enjoy your live show. So I'm joking for President Cordy, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I had for you guys tonight. I just wanted to get a breakdown for it and just kind of see what you guys were thinking about it. Because if we get into these true 2 running back sets, man, it does. It gets me excited as hell. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. There's so many possibilities you could do out of this. Plus, you could just have a stout running game out of this. And if Gruden's saying that this is what he wants to do, and he wants to play power football, but he has that little smile on his face, I could see him getting into these 2 running back sets and then just airing the ball out because you have so much speed and talent on the field. It is unreal. We had like 3 almost touchdowns versus the Broncos last year, Hunter twice and Ingold once, but then again, we picked at 12 and the Donkeys picked at 15. Very true. Very true. All right, man. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. Hit me up in the comments afterwards. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm going to start working on that Chargers breakdown. If you guys could, click that like button on your way out. That seriously does help me out. But until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. We will see you guys later.